He was a father, a husband. His name was Rajon Belt-Stubblefield. He was killed by an Aurora police officer nearly 1 year ago after an officer tried to pull him over for speeding, crashing, and a possible DUI. Tonight, that officer is facing a murder charge. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. The officer, Matthew Neely, bonded out of jail and is awaiting a court date now. Tonight, we're bringing you team coverage of this case. We're going to talk with Janelle Finch, who you see there, in just a moment. She spoke to Rajon Belt-Stubblefield family, but we're going to begin with Chief Investigator Chris Vanderveen, who was there today as the DA announced this indictment. Chris, prosecutors were very careful with the few words they gave us today.
Phil, they were remarkably careful with all their words. District Attorney Amy Patton read from a prepared statement, and we were told beforehand she was not going to answer any of our questions. Keep in mind, her office routinely works with the Aurora Police Department on all sorts of criminal cases, so this was always going to be a bit of a delicate matter.
Morning, thank you for being here on such short notice.
The statement took no more than a couple of minutes, simple, brief, and carefully worded.
We remain committed to ensuring that every case is handled fairly, impartially, and in accordance with the law.
District Attorney Amy Patton would not elaborate on why she believed a grand jury elected to indict Officer Matthew Neely, even made a point of saying this.
Mr. Neely is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law.
But clearly much has already been written and said about this case during the last year. Body, dashboard, and surveillance cameras captured the entire thing.
Get your hands up, dude!
What started with an attempted traffic stop turned crash at 6th and Billings ended with 3 shots, no more than 2 minutes from start to finish. The grand jury concluded the officer acted knowingly and recklessly when he fired. It'll now be up to a jury to decide if that's true, beyond a reasonable doubt.
A year ago, the city's police chief defended the officer's actions, placing the blame on Belt-Stubblefield. Today, he elected not to comment beyond a prepared statement that said, in part, it would be inappropriate for him to discuss the merits of the case. Officer Neely is on unpaid leave. He was bonded out of Commerce City. He was sent to Commerce City to put his bond out, and then he's now free. He'll be out in court back in 2 weeks.
So from here, we kind of wait and see, and we think about the fact that a court case is going to be very different than what a grand jury hears.
Probable cause on a grand jury indictment, and it's beyond a reasonable doubt for the jury to decide. This is a hefty goal for the district attorney to now try to prove. They feel like they have that case, but again, it was in the hands of the grand jury to do this.
And again, they decided with the 2 charges, the 2 counts, murder 2 and manslaughter. Significance of that?
2 counts, and I think obviously the first one being significantly more significant than the other one.
Okay, Chris, a lot more to follow on that. We're going to hear from the family in just a minute.